Okay, well, yeah, I remember this point where Spectre goes to tell the other heroes from the Hero Factory. Well, it's not every single hero, because it's pretty obvious that the Hero Factory has tons of heroes that can't all go out on the same mission together. Though there are thousands of heroes living in the Hero Factory, but I put the ones that I liked the most, or rather the ones that I actually did have at the time, here in the meeting, especially the best ones that Jang had created, such as Blanco, Alba, and I think there was another. Oh yeah, Rick Max Fist, who really didn't do much in Bionicle, going as far, well, not Bionicle, but in Hero Factory, as far as Jang just getting him for the video review on Hero Recon Team that he filmed. In early 2011, before the Series 3 Heroes came out, he did not give a bit of backstory to Rick Max Fist, though I do remember how I was planning on purchasing Rick Max Fist and during Christmas time, along with the Savage Planet series creatures, though that idea was changed once Hero Recon Team announced that the series, the Recon Team exclusive armor was going to run out, and that if I wanted to get a Hero Recon Team member with the exclusive chest armor, I have to do it before September, which of course by Christmas time of that year it would be far too late to do that, so I decided to purchase Rick Max Fist at that point in time, rather than wait till December, since by December it would be far too late. Though it really does not make sense that the chest armor from Hero Recon Team would still stick around in the creator even if you couldn't purchase it. Yeah, it certainly was kind of smart to ask the creatures of Savage Planet to help. It certainly was a huge surprise to me when I first watched the episode that somebody uploaded on YouTube. I was certainly surprised how most of the creatures actually could speak, and that I thought that they were just plain old animals that never spoke at all. It was quite interesting and quite surprising to hear Waspix, Scorpio, and Raja actually speaking. That was something that I did not expect. Out of the animals, only Fangs did not say anything, though he was pretty much considered yeah, I also am a bit against the whole Bionicle versus Hero Factory thing, because, well, even though Hero Factory replaced Bionicle, I think that Bionicle and Hero Factory should work out together and not fight each other if they are both on the same side of justice. Like, though it does make good sense for like maybe an evil Bionicle and a good Hero Factory to fight one another, or a good Bionicle and an evil Hero Factory fight each other. But I'm certainly against the fact of a good Bionicle and a good Hero Factory fighting each other, as well as maybe also a bad Bionicle or bad Hero Factory fighting each other, because, well, I guess it could be by the fact that in this special, well, you know, Witch Doctor and Strontius were both evil in their respective series, and they worked together to help take over the power of the Christmas tree in this special. Yeah, I certainly remember how I made larger versions of the Bionicle Stars characters, since a lot of people were disappointed by those sets, since they came out so small, like Matoran versions of them. A number of people have made larger versions of the Bionicle Stars sets, since it just didn't seem right that they were a lot smaller, though they were the last Bionicle sets to ever be released. I guess a lot of people were disappointed when Bionicle ended, but nothing lasts forever, you know. It's quite a shame that Bionicle ended when it did, but it had to happen eventually. Though, I guess people probably did not like Hero Factory from the start, since it replaced Bionicle, but... And I was kind of at first not happy with Hero Factory replacing Bionicle, but once I saw like the sets at Target, I grew more fond of them, since the first series of heroes were like, well, kind of carried over the same color schemes as the original Bionicle heroes did, except Bulk was silver instead of brown. Though we, of course, did not have brown in Bionicle since 2006, which I really don't know why they decided to get rid of that color, since it looks so good. But I suppose yellow was also a good substitute for that, and they've used yellow for a lot of substitutes for brown since then, except for probably the Fantoka series, where Pohatu and Photoka are both orange instead of yellow, or brown for that case, though Vital in the second wave of the 2008 sets was yellow rather than orange. And also probably by the fact that the Christmas tree looks pretty good at this point in time, though I would probably say that the Christmas tree this year looks a lot better than it did back then, since this was Christmas 2 years ago. Yeah, I also remember how Wish Doctor uses his Quasi powers to control the Zask. It certainly took me a couple of days to get every single video up, and in a little time too. Had to get it done in time for Christmas. Well, I did. I uploaded part 4 on Christmas Eve, which was certainly good timing considering how soon Christmas was going to be at that point. Oh yeah, I forgot that it was Stronius that suggested for Witch Doctor to control Zask. I kind of forgot about that. Though I certainly like how Witch Doctor controls other creatures apart from the ones that he controlled on the planet Quatros. And also by the fact that it was my hand that put the Quasi Spike on him. Oh, speaking of my hands, I know people are probably were speculated by the fact that I had to use my hands to make the figures move, because I kind of was too lazy to do stop motion, because stop motion would have taken a bit too long. Yeah, I'm kind of out of breath from speaking in this little commentary. I guess it could be that I've been recording this video from the, well, I may take a break after doing this video, and I might take a break from doing commentaries after I'm done with this one and before I start doing my commentary on Part 4, though quite strangely, Part 4 got a lot more views than Part 3, or any of the videos in particular. I guess Part 4 was just where the epicness came in, and that most fans just enjoyed that part more than any of the others, and they just decided to watch it again and again rather than watch the entire special again and again. Yeah, and I also remember that Nex was wearing his 2.0 series helmet with his Series 3 body, since, well, I kind of like the Series 2 visor that Nex had rather than his Series 3 one. Though the Series 3 one actually was pretty epic. Though I guess it, yeah, yeah, me doing, reciting Lego Jang's line for Blanco 1.9. Yeah, I certainly remember that. Blanco was a pretty epic character. Quite shame how in Jane Brooks' video What Happened to Blanco, that Blanco was fallen to pieces, but we should not worry, because Blanco should be reassembled, and he hopefully will be back and bigger and better, or badder than before, because a lot of people liked him. I certainly liked him. I still like him. I certainly liked how he was built from all those random sorts of parts. Yeah, I also remember since this special I got improvements to my revamps of Tahu and Takanuva, such as changing the armor on Tahu, well, I had to use the cheap parts that I had to make those revamps. Though I revamped the revamps to make them look better than before. Yeah, it's quite apparent how my speech is not very good in this little video. How I'm kind of struggling to say exactly what I want to say, such as how Stormer tells the heroes, "I've had to come to pay you out." Oh yeah, the annotation that I put in there, though you won't see it in this video since this is a commentary. I put the annotation to translate for what Fangs was saying. I also like how I'm making Raja's mouth open and close when he's talking. That was certainly clever how Raja's mouth could actually open and close. Yeah, and I also was quite impressed with how Waspix appeared to be female in the Savage Planet episode, though I guess they could be male or female, because they are creatures. Any of the creatures could be male or female, but the particular one in the Savage Planet movie was female. And I guess Waspix could be a lot more serious when she's not under Witch Doctor's control. It's also quite interesting how like Scorpio is like bigger than the other creatures on the planet Quattros, and yet Fangs had one more Quasi Spike than Scorpio did. Yeah, I certainly liked how Scorpio wanted to get revenge on Witch Doctor after Furno freed him from his evil power. Yeah, it's certainly, well, I really don't know what to say about that, but oh yeah, I remember the camera blooper. Yeah, that was quite interesting. I don't usually put in bloopers in my videos. I usually just edit those out. So, yeah, thank you for watching this little commentary on Part 3, and I'm going to take a break, then I'll start doing the commentary on Part 4.